Hello, I'm going to show you guys how to make 3 different types of Frankenpens from easy, Jinhao x750, to medium, Noodlers Ahab, to super hard but really rewarding, the FPN Fountain Pen Network Flex thing. I don't really know the name of it, but just go on Fountain Pen Network, you can find this, and then I'll teach you how to Frankenpen it. So the cool thing about Frankenpenning is it allows you to get really flexible lines for super cheap. I mean, this is like a $5 pen, this is like a $16 pen, and my sister got this for me, so I don't know how much this was. Okay, so Jinhao is by far the easiest. All you have to do for this one is open it up. You can tell I've already taken off the nib, pull out the feed, and notice in there you've got a flat end. That's where the bottom of your feed is going to go when you put it back in, like that. So just grab your Zebra G or any flex nib that you're going to use, and you can get like a 10 pack of these. These are the titanium ones, so the 10 pack costs like 17 bucks. But you can get a 10 pack of the chrome ones, which is a little bit cheaper, and they perform more or less the same. Now, what you don't want to do is flex this at all. So the cool thing about the Zebra G and the X750 is that they fit right out of the box. So no bending, no modification. Just plop it on there, push it down a little bit, and then you really gotta force it in there. But once you get it in there, ooh, then it works. Da, 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 da. Yes, there we go. All right. Looks a little bit high, so let me reset it. Want it a little bit lower. Okay, you want it to line up. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can. Just like that, with the first line and the first line matching right there. Maybe I'll add a picture to make it easier to see. Okay, line it up again. There we go. And then push it in, making sure that they stay lined up. And you're done. That's it. So the Jinhao x750 Frankenpen, done. Okay, so the next one is the Noodlers Ahab. Again, I've already removed the nib. Just take the ebonite feed out. Some people tell you to heat set it. I don't. I just, take my pliers and I push it against something to make it wide. Sometimes I'll push down on it to flatten it. But once, it's nice and flush with the feed, then you're ready. If you look at a regular nib in comparison, let me grab one real quick. You'll notice there is a ton of room between these two things, and so it's just not going to fit in your pen, and it's not going to write well. So you got to bend it out, a little bit, make it a little bit flatter until it fits flush on there. With this one, you want the feed a little bit higher, so maybe like 1 or 2 lines higher. I'll try to get a close up of that, but not the best camera here. And then just put it in. So put it back in, making sure that everything stays where you want it. And done. So again, not that hard at all. And that is your Noodlers Ahab Frankenpen. So 2 done, 1 to go. Now this one, I have to admit, I'm not going to do on video because of how difficult it is. So if you look over here, you'll notice that they just aren't the right size. So here is the original Fountain Pen Network nib, and this is your average Zebra G nib. So it's marginally longer. Not marginally, maybe like 1/4 of an inch. So about 1/4 of an inch longer. And so what you need to do is like literally trim that off. If you have a little grinder, I'm sure that work a lot better. What I do is just take my pliers and like put it in there and just snip it. So this was a failed attempt because I snipped it too close. And if you snip it too close to the G, you'll ruin it, because then when you push down, it pushes up and you have too much of a gap. So this is ideally the size you want. You cut it right at the B of the zebra in the word. And so I've already done that. It's a huge pain in the ass to get it back in there, but once you get it in, it is incredibly rewarding. Because you've squished it... Oh, didn't say that either. You also need to do the opposite of the Ahab and grab it with your pliers and squeeze it in. Instead of widening it, you want to narrow it. And that's why it's so rewarding, is because you get these super, super fine lines. Like extra, extra fine. And it writes just really wonderfully. So I'm going to fill these up, show you a few writing samples. Hopefully they work. I haven't adjusted any of these at all since I Frankenpen them. And you'll see how they work. Okay, so now I'm just going to do a quick writing demonstration for each of these. This is the Jinhao x750. So that's the Jinhao. And you notice there is a little bit of railroading. That's to be expected. You really just have to tweak how you write and see what works for you. X750. Now I'm going to do a quick writing demonstration to see if we can show you how to write without getting the railroading. So, a little bit of railroading towards the end there, but really not too bad. So the next one I'm going to do is the Noodlers Ahab. So that one's going to be a little bit thicker, again, because we bent the nib out to make it fit that really, really big ebonite feed. So this is the Noodlers Ahab. The giant bee. Okay, so a quick writing sample for that one. Well, this is red, so let's go with red robin. Okay, so beautiful red. Again, super flexy, really good line variation. My calligraphy is not the best, but I just wanted to show you guys, what you can do with it. Finally, this super, you can see how thin it is. This super thin fountain pen network pen. Again, I'm not really sure what the name of it is, but usually to make it work, I have to push it down backwards to start it. So I'm just going to call it FPN. Oof. This one is really good because you can just screw it out. So a little bit of screwing. Yeah, just push a little bit of that ink out. It'll really go a long way. You'll see. Okay, so here we go. F. So fountain. And let me give you guys a writing sample in between these two, right here. Let's see, it's blue, so dark blue. Let's go with ocean. Ocean. Really, I mean, you can get super thin lines. Let me see if I can give you guys a bit of a better angle here. Flip this around. Just to really show off those thin lines. Just gorgeous. So this is a huge pain in the ass to make, but I think it ends up being worth it. So that's the demonstration part. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions as to what else would work as a great Frankenpen, well, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I hope that you learned something and that you guys can start doing calligraphy on your own for less than 20 bucks.